guys on the screen today, if you take his one marriage and put it up against all of mine, he's still been married longer than I ever been married. We're going to talk about that and a whole shitload more today on Podcast Rock City Live.
Podcast Rock City.
What's up, everybody? Joe here from Podcast Rock City, and with me this week is Sonny Hollywood Pony.
So as you can see, the room is almost set up. I'm finally moved in. And happy anniversary to my beautiful wife, 23 years today.
Nice.
That is beautiful. That is beautiful. If you take all my marriages and combine them,
All five.
and even with all the dating, I would say it might make 20. And no, I haven't been married 5 times. But still, it's more than one for you to say all my marriages. And who knows, there still may be room for one more. I don't know. I'm always looking for the future ex-Mrs. Polo. Let's see.
Wow.
That was a joke.
Hi, Karen. We love you.
Yeah, I can tell she's not watching your show.
I got news for you, man. And I know this is shocking, but she's right there.
Yep.
He loves me. She knows I'm playing. Thank you guys for watching today. We really appreciate it. That guy right there, that's Mike Moon. Mike, it's so good for you to be here. Now, listen, this is important. You're on a podcast. I've seen your podcast. We actually were in the same vicinity at the Rocket Pod. It's called Let It Rip with Ron, right?
Let It Rip with Ron and Mike Moon.
And Mike Moon. That's right. We're changing the name to it. And so here's the thing. Tell everybody about the show. Where can they find it? How often do you guys put out a show? And what is it? What's it about?
It's all about the music. A highlight that we just did, we actually did our second interview with Lydia Chris. We had Lydia Chris and Christopher Lent. So if you guys want to go listen to that, search for Let It Rip with Ron, Apple Podcasts, Spotify. We're basically on everything. And we're not just Kiss. We're all about the music.
Well, that's okay, because most people listening here don't just listen to Kiss, except for me. I'm the weirdo. I'm just kidding. That's not true. I listen to my second favorite band of all time, Duran Duran. It's Culture Club. Everybody knows that. Okay, so I'm very excited that you're here. We're going to talk about why you're here, because it's one of those cool things that we did, and you just happened to hit us in the right spot. But before that, we got to go to the news.
Podcast Rock City News.
So this week, Kiss is back in the States. They got a couple of shows, maybe 3 shows to do. I think they're going to be in I know they're going to be in Florida. I think West Palm Beach. I think they're going to be in Illinois, I think. Or no, Kansas City, I think. And Kentucky, thank you. And then I think they're going to be in Anaheim, which is really, it's just...
I think it's Sacramento because they're at Aftershock.
Okay,
that's in Sacramento.
I thought I read Anaheim, but that's okay. Sacramento. If you guys are going, let us know. I'm very interested in what kind of. I know that all of them are outdoor events, correct?
I know 2 out of 3 are. I'm not sure about the Florida one.
We're driving to Kentucky Louder Than Life. We'll be seeing them Saturday night. In fact,
Saturday night. Yeah, yep. I was gonna go until all the VIP was gone. Once the VIP was gone, I'm like, I can't stand in a crowd that big like this.
Oh, yeah.
And if I have to pee in VIP, did you get VIP?
Yes, sir. Of course.
Oh, that's smart. That's smart because they have bathrooms.
Yes.
Mike, where are you coming from to drive to Kentucky? Where are you at?
Oklahoma City.
Oh, wow. Okay. Well, that's a long drive, right?
Yeah, well, we're leaving Thursday, so we got plenty of time to play in between. I mean, that's plenty of time to get up there. Don't have tickets till Saturday. The great thing about that show is Rob Zombie's on the bill, Alice Cooper,
yeah.
Jerry Cantrell, Chevelle. I mean, that's a great day to me. So
and you're just going for the one day?
Yeah.
Okay. There's a band that's playing that day as well called Tetrarch. They're a metal band, and when I used to own a club here in Atlanta, they used to actually be one of our bands that played all the time. And now they moved out to LA, they kept it going, and now I wouldn't say they're opening for Kiss, but they're on the bill before, and I think that's pretty cool. I will tell you this, in the list of the names, you know how they start off small when you look at the print and they get bigger and bigger and bigger? They're around the middle. So I that's really awesome. I'm really proud of those kids.
Good. Check them out for sure.
Yeah, Tetrarch. So, all right. So they finished their tour in Australia. Everything there, I watched a ton of the video. Like I said last week, was every day that I was waking up in the morning to take like my son to school or just waking up, Kiss was just going on at the time that we were waking up. They were going on in Australia, so I'd get a chance to see whoever posted live video. And I put a request out there to all of our listeners and friends on Facebook, and Scott Donaldson replied, and I want to thank him again. He sent me a Australian Kiss Tour t-shirt, and I really appreciate it. I had to wash it because when they come in, they're stiff. You know what I mean? You know what I'm talking about. And I found out something, and Sonny probably knows. I didn't know this until I started dating Karen. Apparently, when they make a t-shirt, they put chemicals on it to keep it from getting all wrinkled. So now I wash everything as soon as I get it. But, say it like Paul Stanley, but he sent me this t-shirt too, and this kicks ass, man. This is a t-shirt for his band.
Oh, that's cool.
Yep, I can't hold it straight. Kissteria, the Australian Kiss Show. Yeah, so if you guys live in Australia, go check them out. That's awesome.
Yeah, they've got a Fox. That's cool.
Yeah, and I'm sending him I'm sending him a Podcast Rock City t-shirt, and I'm not going to say what else because I loaded it up with stuff in the bag that I sent it, and when he gets it, hopefully he'll appreciate it. I mean, there's pictures of Sonny in there, so it can't be that great.
Of course.
And Joey. So, all right, so let's talk about one other thing. Now that we're not seeing those 100 tour dates, Sonny, do you think that we're going to get those after the cruise or after the new year?
I think you're probably we'll see them as the Vegas residency finalizes, would be my guess.
So you think that there is a Vegas residency coming?
Yeah, I do. Because 100 dates, if 20 of them are in Vegas, that's a little more doable. I don't, God, by the time they do 100 dates, you're going to be looking at 2024. That is Mike, unbelievably brutal on the body, though.
It has to be. Mike, you think they're trying to get to 2024, don't you?
Sure. I think, they're going to go on as long as they can possibly still do it.
And that's going to be, so if they have a 50-year anniversary, are they counting from when Paul and Gene got together? Or are they counting from when the first record came out? That's the key, right? Because they got together in 73, correct?
Yeah, but every other anniversary they've done, it's off of 74, so you got to keep doing it off of 74. You can't do it off of 73 now.
Okay, all right. So you got a year to kill until you get to 1974. And how do you do that with 100 dates? You have one show every 3 days?
There's no way they can do that. There is no way they can do that.
You don't think
they would
so?
They would have to do 10 or 15 shows, take a month off, do 10 or 15 shows, take a month. That's the only way. These guys are not in a position to be able to do a show every 3 nights for a whole year. No way.
No way.
No
Mike,
way.
what do you think?
I think it's well choreographed. I think it's well put together. I think it's a well-oiled machine right now. It has been for a long time. If they drink their coffee and Paul makes the pizza, who knows what happens?
I didn't know Paul knew how to cook. Does he know how to cook?
Oh, yeah.
I'm kidding, Mike.
He just doesn't tell you what he puts in anything.
No. Yeah, because he's going to write a book. I want to tell you guys. All right, so we're going to talk more about what's going on with KISS in the topic of the week. But before we get there, I want to tell you guys, today I was walking around my house and I went online and I looked up a show and I found an asylum show online. It was just audio, and a couple of different things happened in this show. Okay, it was from, I think it was from Raleigh. Okay, in the show, Paul Stanley. Let's see. He called Bruce Morris Kulick after his solo. He said to after a song, somebody handed him a guitar and he said, "I don't know what's going on. My guitar guy's handing me guitars that don't work, guitars that are out of tune, and some people wonder around Christmas time why they don't get raises." And then he said, "Most of you people out there are cool, but some of you guys throw this stuff on stage." And he says, "We're going to figure out a way to get you backstage so we can kick your asses."
That's somebody having a bad day.
Then
that has a microphone. That's what that problem is right there.
Then when Rock and Roll All Night started, right, we had the beat. And then Paul's doing his rap, and he says to the crowd, "We're going to slow it down a little bit for you so you can get really awesome with us," or something like that, which is code to Eric Carr to slow the fuck down. I was in shock, especially when he talked about, "We're going to find you in the crowd and take you in the back and kick your ass." Now, I know that he's done that with the laser. Somebody pointed a laser in his eye, remember?
Oh, yeah.
But, I mean, that's what?
It's just when you have an overly sensitive guy with a mic in his hand, right? Like if Bruce is having a bad day, or really Gene or Eric are having a bad day, they can't tell you about it because they're not rapping. And that's what I love that about KISS, that pretty much one guy talks and that's it. Because I absolutely believe that's how a band should be, right? I don't care who the guy is. It's dumb to be the drummer. I've seen that sometimes. But anyway, I don't care who the guy is, but only one person should be talking. But it's dangerous if that person is a sensitive guy. Because when something stupid happens, because Mustaine's like that. I don't think I've ever seen Megadeth where Mustaine's not bitching about something.
Yeah. Even in his Joe Rogan interview was like, yikes. Complaining about how he's not getting paid for things, and still it's just like, dude, you got like $50 million in the bank. I know that money's probably yours, but you got $50 million in the bank. It's like, move on. If somebody walked up to me and said, "You can have this $50 million, or you could get that $100 so-and-so owes you back over there," I'm going to be like, "Say what? Mike, are you a millionaire?"
Shit, no.
I don't know.
The thing that Paul didn't realize is you're just firing up the crowd more. You're going to make them throw more crap up there saying that kind of stuff. I can get backstage and get my ass kicked? Yes, here comes my lighter.
And not only that, you're giving the crowd the opportunity to see somebody throw something on stage, and then they'll grab somebody and beat the crap out of him, and then Paul Stanley's sued. But Paul Stanley's not going to Sebastian Bach it and jump in the crowd or chuck a bottle. Remember he chucked that bottle? Wow.
Sebastian's nuts.
That was a huge mistake. Huge mistake. I figured Mike Moon was a millionaire from getting all that Rip It With Ron money. Does he pay you to be on that show? Because I'm sure, absolutely, you are the talent.
No, we just we make a little bit on Pornhub, other than
nice.
that.
Oh, nice.
Wait, hold on. Not together, right?
No, not together.
Okay.
No, he produces my shows, and then we splice it all together to where it looks like he would have had something to do with it. And yes,
nice. Oh, he knows we're kidding. He's got that raspy voice when he talks. And it's like always reminds me. I can't remember exactly. It's just like that guy that that when he starts talking, he's just going to be badass. He definitely is.
Yeah, Ron's. I love him, bro.
Yeah, he's a character. Okay, so any other news you guys see? Anything else Kiss related? I saw that they posted that let's see, they're running out of Paul Stanley guitars to sell. I saw that today. So if you guys are hoping to get a Paul Stanley guitar at one of these events, either the cruises or whatever,
what do you mean they're running out of guitars? They can't just make more?
No, I don't know if they're really running out, but they showed what was left. I was assuming in the picture, and it looked to be about 15 guitars. So you guys go to paulstanleyguitars.com, cha-ching, and say hi to Paul and buy a guitar, and you make sure that when you're in there, initiate the conversation. Ask him how he's doing. Say something to him. Point to where you want the autograph. Because if you don't, it's going to be bad. You got to say, hi, Paul. How was your day? What did you bake for your family today? If you don't, it's sign and go. And anyway, but that was a great experience for me. I'm just fucking with everybody. Okay, so that's pretty much it, right? We're still waiting on 100 tour dates, and wherever that's going to be, Sonny is going to see 16 of them, and now his wife is living with him, so that means she'll see 16 as well.
There's no way she's going. She went to one. That was more than enough. She's never going again.
Really? Angelo Lucetta. Hey, how you doing? I hope I said that right. Lucetta. It must be Italian.
Now, are either of you booked for the cruise?
Nope, I'm not going this year.
No, I'm not going this year either. I've done 3 of them. Felt lucky to do that many. So
yeah, I did 8, and I should have never been on one. I'm a poor person.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not joking. I always go with people that have money, like friends that have money. So what happens is they pay for the cruise, and then for the next 10 months, I give them a little bit of money every month. And then by the time I get on the boat, I paid for it, and yay. And they're the best friends because they just, all right, we're a family, let's go. But unfortunately, Jeff Trott messages me about every 2 days saying, can't wait to see you on the boat. He's in denial. I'm really not going to be there. But anyway, all right. So we got a lot to talk about. We've got a cool subject, I think. And let's go ahead and get to the topic of the week.
Podcast Rock City.
So this week we put out a like the bat signal, but it was in the shape of the Podcast Rock City. What do they call that? What's that thing called? Is it a shield, Sonny?
A shield?
Yeah, like the Kiss Army, like kind of.
Yeah, I guess that's a shield. Yeah, I guess that's a shield.
So we put that out, and Sonny said, "Hey, let's give us some topics to talk about, and if we pick your topic, you're going to come on the show." And we got this one right here, and this one says, Will there be a Kiss 2.0, and how do you think they will pick replacements? Will Tommy and Eric stay on board? And that dude right there, Mike, he's the one that sent it in. So we are going to talk about that. Now, before we do, I want you guys to know a couple of things. One, you can send us any ideas you have for shows to podcast Rock City 1.
That's the number one.
At gmail.com. Podcast Rock City 1, that's the number one at gmail.com. Or you could just post it on our Facebook page. If you're like, I really would love to know what the guys think about this, and if that's what you want us to talk about, if it's a good topic, we will talk about it. Even if we've talked about it before, there's a chance we'll do it again. And I think that we've got, let's see, this is show number 389.
Nice.
So, but there's a good chance that if we see a good topic, we're gonna grab you just like we did Mike here and say, "Come on the show with us and talk to. Let's hear your opinion too." I think that, and it's live, and that makes it fun. So I'm gonna start this off. I'm gonna do a who, what, when, where, and how. Okay. So we're gonna start with Mike here because it was his thing. Mike, I want to start with why. Why would Kiss do a 2.0?
Because I think it can still happen. I think the Kiss brand will go on. It'll be like Disney, Star Wars, Golden Girls, if you will, whatever. Of course, the Golden Girls never went on, but I think it can keep it going. And if we jump to the second part of how, because that to me is more interesting. How are you going to get the people that are going to replace you? Are you going to go look at tribute bands, like how they picked up Tommy? Because Tommy Thayer was a godsend for the band, in my opinion. And I don't think Eric Singer will stay around. I don't think he has any interest. Tommy hasn't really said one way or the other, I don't think. But are they going to go like on American Idol or America's Got Talent and try to have auditions? Or are they going to audition people at the Kiss warehouse to be Paul and Gene? It's just, but I think there will be a Kiss 2.0, even if they call it Sick or something different. I think it will continue.
All right, Sonny.
Money's still there.
Money, yes, I get that. Sonny, okay. So let's start with the why. Why do you think Kiss would do a 2.0? But obviously money, right?
Money and branding, longevity, family history, right? It is impossible in pop culture to come up with a brand that's sustainable. When you come up with a brand, you can't let that brand go. Make somebody kill it, let it die off on his own, but you can't just say, well, we're done, so I guess the brand's done.
Yeah.
Right? Now, Pink Floyd can do it, and I don't have any Pink Floyd dolls in here. So how can Kiss not do it? It's so theatrical. How would you not want to do it? Like,
so you're talking about Australian Floyd.
Pink Floyd, yeah. Like, it's keep going. That's basically their 2.0, right? So it's all because of branding and money. There is absolutely no doubt about it. And I don't think it really has to do with anything with, does that money go into Paul and Gene's pocket? Paul and Gene may not be around when that money's made, but it would go into their family tree, and that matters.
We don't talk about that on this show, Sonny.
Oh, good Lord.
When you say not around, you mean they'll be in a different state.
Country. State, okay. Yeah. Okay, underneath good. Ground.
Aww. Okay, so here I'm going to tell you why I think. I think that ego is part of it. Agree?
Absolutely.
Absolutely, ego. And money. Money, of course, that goes without saying. Every person watching or listening, as soon as I said, why would Kiss do 2.0? Every one of them, whether they were driving in their car or whether they were sitting in their house or at work, they all went, money. What are you, dumb Joe? I knew money. But I think ego is another part of it. I think, part of the problem for Kiss is disrespect. Other than the fans and other musicians that were fans, They don't really get the write-ups. They don't get the airplay. They don't get anything. And I think that's why they have to toot their own horn so much.
Mm-hmm.
Just because, Kiss, it is unfortunate that that they didn't get the the respect that they deserve for being a band that the fans love and that puts out decent music. It's not, Rush as far as technical. It's not, Dream Theater or anything like that. It's just straight rock and roll. It's no more. It's no different than what AC/DC does. But for some reason, AC/DC will put a record out and they'll be like, genius. And you're like, it's the same thing from the last record and all the records before that.
And Paul has said he has no interest at all in making any new music.
No new music. So, all right. So now let's get to the how. Okay. So there used to be a TV show. What was it called? Rockstar or something like that, where you had In Excess. Remember In Excess? And they had no singer because the dude died. I know how he died, but I'm not going to talk about it because somebody will do it. And then so they went looking for a singer, right? And that was the show. It was called Rockstar or something like that. So they had a band on stage, which coincidentally was Paul Stanley's band for the Live to Win tour. But after they were on the TV show, they would play the music. People would get on stage and audition. And then the band would watch, and then I guess the fans picked or something. The fans always have some say in it, but I guarantee in the end, the band picked that singer. Oh, no. Because otherwise the fans could get together and pick the worst person. I won. I'm in. So game show kind of thing for a Kiss replacement. Mike, what do you think?
Well, that's how Adam Lambert got the Queen gig.
Yeah, true.
Which I didn't. I thought he didn't do worth a shit. I loved when Paul Rodgers was in Queen. I go back and watch that. It's like, wow, this is great. But I love Paul Rodgers. So.
But you don't like you don't like Adam Lambert's version of Queen. It's just different too weird for you.
Yeah, I just didn't care for it. I thought here's this, and I don't want to say it's not those kids, but here's a younger guy that doesn't really understand, doesn't really feel the magic that they had, if you will.
Just I mean, I don't, that's a tough one for me because I would like to at least hope that he has a good idea of what he got to step into.
Yeah.
Yeah. But Sonny, so game show? You think too much is riding on that?
I don't think so. There's too many Kiss tribute bands. The difference was there was no In Excess tribute bands. I'm sure there was one or two, but the states and the world wasn't littered with them. We've seen so many different tribute bands that you can get what you need talent-wise from that. Now, we've seen good Genes. We've seen bad Genes. We've not seen a lot of great Pauls, so Paul will be tough to replace. I've seen some good Aces, and I've seen some good Peters and some good Erics, right? So I don't think you need to do the TV show. Now, by the way, Rockstar In Excess, so they picked a singer. They ended up leaving that dude somewhere, and that dude is, I think, homeless somewhere now. So it didn't work out that great. It lasted for a little while, right. But in the long run, it didn't work out that great.
Yeah, I think you said.
Plus, Kiss is not going to be with them. So basically what you're doing is you're putting a show together to what? To try to do a dating game? Because that person's not going to play with you. You get what I'm saying?
So. Yeah, I guess so. This is a difficult thing to decide because, you have to remember, once again, we got ego and money involved, and Kiss loves a spectacle. So even though we might think it's the wrong way to do things, to have these people, they would have to come on stage in makeup so we don't see their faces, because I think that would be it would be fun. People, it's like kind of like The Masked Singer, and except, you know, they'll be wearing, I'm auditioning to be a Gene. I'm auditioning to be a Paul, you know? Anybody could be a Peter.
Or you would do it like, remember that there was an Access show about the best tribute bands in the world or something like that. I don't remember what it was called. But I could see them doing something like this. There's a show on Access. You invite all the Kiss tribute bands, like the top 10, top 15 or whatever, and they go throughout the season watching all the bands, and then they end up picking the Paul from that band, the Peter from that band, the Gene from that band, and the Ace from that band, and putting what they feel would be the best tribute band together. But now those members would have to leave the bands they're at. I'm sure they would do that to go make the money or whatever. But you could do it that way, because what are you going to, like, you do something like Rockstar in Excess, you're going to be up there, somebody pretending to be Paul, and they just learned it 6 weeks ago. Like, these guys doing tribute bands, they've been living Paul for the last 20 years in some cases. They know Paul. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah. No, that's true. That's true. Hey, listen, I'm getting a lot of messages from you guys that you're overseas, UK, New Zealand, Australia. Thank you guys for being here with us this morning. I know it's the morning for you guys. Thank you guys very, very much. This is amazing that you guys are watching live along with us. The messages are coming in a little too fast for me. I can't keep up. But thank you guys very much. All right. So, yeah.
This reminds me of way back in, what was it, 94? No, it was before that, I think, when Tommy's was with Cold Gin. And when I saw Cold Gin, I was blown the fuck away. I was like, wow, these guys feel just like old Kiss. They're great. Thought it was perfect. I was like, these guys have it. And yeah, sure enough, they picked up Tommy. So that makes sense to me. What Sonny said. Let's get some tribute bands and let's have them battle it out, rather than.
So when they picked up Tommy, though, it was basically for him to come and work for the band, right? And
Sure.
then it just happened to be that they had him there, you know,
In the wings, waiting.
Sonny, do you think that was part of the plan? No, I mean, there's no way they would, right? That they would have went, hey, let's get Tommy Thayer in here, because if Ace ever doesn't, you know.
Oh, that's part of the plan. 100%.
Yeah.
Wow.
100%. I would have done the same thing, because you are going back to an ex-girlfriend that you know has jacked up shit before. You got to have an out plan, and you can't be on this reunion tour and Ace not all of a sudden show up.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that would be bad.
Right. No, that's true. Okay, so let's go. Okay, so we did why, right? We did how. Okay, let's go. And now we've done who, because we talked about who we would think that they should look for. Okay, who, what, when, where. I mean, Vegas, right? Wouldn't it be smart to just have like Britney Spears and Prince and all these guys had residencies and in one spot. So years and years ago, when we started this show, I talked about what I thought would be the smartest idea for a Kiss 2.0, and I'm going to pitch it to you guys right now, and you tell me what you think. I think, now we saw Kiss and Aerosmith on tour, right? Kiss and Aerosmith had a stage that turned like this. So Kiss was set up on one side, Aerosmith was on the other. When the show was over, the stage turned. Boom, the other band was ready to go. I say you have 2 Kiss tribute bands that stay in Vegas with a turning stage. One does a live set, and then the stage turns, and the other band is on there, and it's a live 2 set, Destroyer, whatever. Pick the costumes, but we just need those 2. That would be a long enough thing, don't you think, Sonny?
Yeah, but if you're going to do this in Vegas, okay, let me give you an example. I went to the Prince tribute show in Vegas. It's awesome. It's incredible. It moves around from hotel to hotel, I think, just because of contracts or whatever. But it's amazing. And it's basically Purple Rain era of Prince. Okay. There was 500 people at that show. 450 of them didn't know any other songs except for Let's Go Crazy and Purple Rain.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, but we care if there was an Alive 1 and a Live 2 set. You just got to go with Love Gun. Go with the Love Gun set, the Love Gun costumes, make it as simple as possible, because the diehards will come to Vegas once or twice. But long term, all of your money is going to be made on looky-loos that got something, that are looking for something to do. And they give away a lot of those tickets, right? Like the Caesars of the world and all those. They want people to come to their casino. They'll give away the tickets and still pay the band.
Gotcha.
Right? But I love where you're going with it. But they don't need to do that.
So they don't need to make it a big deal.
No.
They just need to put a band on stage. What about a costume change?
Why?
So
who cares besides us?
Yeah.
I guess that's true. But here's the thing. Even tire kickers you would think, have seen different versions physically of, not in person, but like looks of the band. Maybe that's a draw.
Tell you the difference? You think they can tell you Nicole's a tire kicker. I love Nicole. 23 years of marriage. She could not tell you the difference between Paul in Detroit Rock City showing his meat burger hair or Love Gun, where he looks great with a little, circus outfit thingy. Like, she would not be able to tell you the difference. She wouldn't know what era it is. She would just say, I like that better than that. That's it.
Here's the comment of the day.
Care.
Comment of the day. What if the stage turns and Vinnie Vincent is on a tank playing stupid fast guitar for 20 minutes? Glenn Bennett, you are the star of the show. I'm letting you know that right now.
And especially of Ace and Bruce. Where the hell did that come from?
Yeah, what kind of nightmare was that?
Yeah.
But you do have to do it in Vegas. It can't travel because that's too expensive for how much you're going to make out of this thing.
And we want them to be kind of young, right? I don't want to listen. I know this is going to sound bad, but we don't need 50-year-old Kiss guys up on stage, right? They gotta be able to move like Kiss did when Kiss was young.
Here's my thing on that. So Rock of Ages at Vegas right now has like 19 different members. So you could make Kiss as young as you want forever. Just keep replacing who it is. Nobody cares. You think it's the same three dudes doing Blue Man Group? Hell no. They changed those guys out. Nobody knows. Nobody cares.
Well, I'm blown away by that. Are you kidding me?
What? It's not the three same guys?
No, it's not.
Well, do you know that it is? Would you know the difference?
No, I wouldn't know the difference, but I was just blown away. Mean. Is it the same Carrot Top?
Yeah, that dumbass is probably the same, yeah.
Oh, my God.
But you get what I'm saying? Like, if you have it somewhere where you can just keep it young all the time, then it just kind of lasts forever.
Yeah. All right, Mike, what do you think?
I don't really know the answer. I do see a Kiss Vegas residency with the band they are now before they hang it up, because there is some more money to be made there. I'm not sure about these other 100 dates. I think they're going to have trouble selling it, in my opinion, unless you get a good opener. Please don't go out with Motley Crue. Please don't go out with Motley Crue. But I just don't see how they can. Say, Dallas, Oklahoma City, Tulsa, Wichita. We've already said goodbye. We thought that was it. I don't know, but I do like the idea of keeping young blood in. I think it will be 2.0. I think they can do. I like Sonny's idea of whichever you guys, but the turning stage thing. See, I never saw Kiss and Aerosmith do the turning stage. Are you talking about when they toured together?
Yeah. No,
that didn't happen here, because Kiss came on, and then after Kiss came on, everybody left here because Aerosmith sucked. Like 2 or 3 songs. It's not that good. So everybody left. There wasn't a rotating stage. And I hope that Kiss never, ever opens for anybody else again. I hated that tour.
Well, let me ask you this: didn't they switch back and forth? I think that they had done
they
that.
did.
I saw them on a night when they went on first too. It was daylight. It was kind of strange. It was storming. But so all right. So 50 of you are watching right now. Thank you guys. Thanks for watching. We totally appreciate it. And right now, what we're talking about is. We're talking about Kiss 2.0. If you're just joining us, there's a comment here from Heavy Mayo. Thanks, Mr. Mayo. It says, whoever is in the band, they will get it worse than Tommy and Eric get it now from Kiss purists. Now, I agree with that. Sonny?
I don't agree with that because I think they're going to go out saying it's Kiss 2.0. The problem with Tommy and Eric is we're calling them the Spaceman Catman. That's where everybody's got the headache. But if you know straight up, none of the four are going to be in it, right? Nobody goes to a tribute band and goes, "You're not Ace. You're not Ace." Like, that doesn't happen. This will be the same way.
Wow, that's a good point. I yelled. If I would have been at Motley Crue, I would have been yelling, "You're not really Motley Crue." I love watching those Vince Neil videos. Those are some of the best things. I'm just saying. Mike? Did you go see Motley Crue in that tour?
The stadium tour? No,
yeah.
I did not. No.
Smart money.
Yeah.
Okay, so what's left, Sonny? What's left to say about this?
Should they do it?
Should.
I think they should. I don't think you can give up the brand. I want to see it. What's the harm? Right? Let's say you do it, it doesn't work out. So what? Who cares?
You tried it and it failed.
Yeah.
Well, the same thing as nowadays. If you don't like it, don't go. Stay home. If you don't like Tommy and Eric, stay home. If it still feels like magic to you, go. I'm still going. Still feels like magic to me. So.
Right. So yeah, exactly. And you're going this Saturday.
Oh yeah, we'll be in Kentucky, louder than life. Hell yeah, I'm ready.
ultimately, how does this work, Sonny? If Kiss wants to do a residency, who puts up all the money for the stage and everything? Does the hotel do it?
Oh yeah, absolutely, 100%.
So now it really hurts Kiss even less.
Yeah. The residency is the best way to go for a band because they don't have to travel. The hotel chain that's given you the residency is going to put you up in beautiful quarters, right? That's if you want to stay there. Some of these guys got houses there anyway, so it doesn't matter, right? And you don't have to tear down, nothing. All you got to do is show up. You don't probably even got to do sound check because you're going to got to do sound check every night, the same place. So all you got to do is show up, put your makeup on, go on. It'd be the easiest money they've ever made.
Do you think that in order to do this, though, it would be important to try to capture any of the feel of like not knowing who's in the band? When they go out on the town, they keep their face covered. You don't think any of that's necessary anymore?
Because I don't think anybody but us cares.
Yeah, I guess that's true. What about money? Do you think? Okay, so here's where I'm going with this. Do you think, Sonny, that if they try it, what are the chances that it does succeed? 50-50? 40-60?
Oh, I think it has a high chance of succeeding. Mm-hmm. It's just how long does it succeed? Right? Can you do it for 20 dates every 2 years? And it just keeps going and keeps going and keeps going. Like Celine Dion is still going. Rod Stewart's still going. Shania's still going. Right? We've had what's that? Tom Jones. How long was he there? Right? So there's been stuff that's lasted forever. You just got to kind of do it in spurts. And you can't just have it on all the time. That's one of the things about this, the Purple Rain thing is it's on all the time. So there's times you go, there's only like 100 people there. Or Rock of Ages, it's on all the time. Dude, I went one time, there was like 36 people there. right? So it's not special anymore. So you have to figure that part
out. There's a question here. It says, Steve Gill, question for Sonny. Do you think they will still have a meet and greet at a residency in Vegas? For Kiss Now, yes. For Kiss 2.0, I don't think so.
Kiss 2.0, probably. They could do it after the show, before the show. They could do it. You could come take a picture with them. Well, what do they care?
I mean, it wouldn't be any different than you walking down the street and there's those girls standing around the Vegas outfits going, "Hey, come here, talk to me. Oh, you want a picture? $50, you know?"
Yeah.
That's
but if you don't,
too.
If Paul and Gene don't want to do the 2.0, then the best way to keep the brand going is you got to sell it off. You got to sell it to Disney, sell it to somebody who can keep the brand going, and you just kind of license the sale of it. And then you don't got to worry about it anymore, right? So, whoever made the piece of the carburetor for cars that runs forever, that person started selling the license to that piece to every car company out there, and that's how you make money, right? So you just sell the licensing to Disney and let them go with it. They'll come up with movies and cartoons and Little Mermaid and Disney and whatever, and whatever. What do you care? You keep making the money.
Mike, what do you think? Disney buys Kiss, puts them in the new Star Wars movie. Joey Casada has an orgasm when he goes to see it because he has Kiss and Star Wars all in the same spot, like when they had professional wrestling in Star Wars or the Super Bowl in Kiss. What do you think? If Disney bought Kiss, would they ruin it?
I don't think Paul will turn loose of it. I think Paul proved that to us in the past.
Paul wasn't 80.
Well, okay. But Paul's probably going to be 120. Paul will probably outlive all three of us put together, as healthy as he is.
Oh, no. Let's be real. Ace is outliving us all, dude.
Yeah.
Ace, Ozzy, Keith Richards, outliving us all.
Like cockroaches.
Yeah, well, sometimes a healthy lifestyle doesn't always work out for our rock star fans, but I just don't think Paul would ever completely sell out Kiss Incorporated, if you will.
Okay, so do you think that it's possible? This is a good question here by, I think it's Coey. Who else would love a Kiss biopic movie? Now, here's a question. We've been hearing about this, right? We've been hearing about that it's written it's supposed to be for Netflix, correct?
Yeah, I think so.
Netflix. So they even talked about it in interviews. So what are the chances that these 100 dates get scheduled for next year, right? And somewhere slap in the middle of it is this big release, kind of like The Dirt, does that make sense to you, Sonny?
Yeah, I mean, they've already announced the shows, so I don't know. Maybe it helps sell the shows a little bit better. That could happen, I guess. But it's not going to prompt probably the 100 shows from being any different than it would have been before, you would think. I would love a biopic. I think a Kiss biopic now would do well. I think you let it settle for 15, 20 years. You redo it, it would do well again. Let it sit for 15, 20 years. You redo it. You could do it again. Like it's, are we on our fifth Superman or third Superman? I can't even remember what Superman we're on. Yeah, we're on our fifth Spider-Man, I think.
I think this is our third. And if you count Ben Affleck in that movie that was about the biopic about Superman, then we can count 4.
Right? I loved those comic things. My dad loved them. My kids loved them. And it's always been somebody different. And that's how you can kind of just get this thing to live forever. Right? Superman will be around forever. It'll just be a different person.
Right.
Yeah, see, I kind of feel differently. What was the A&E special that was released 1 or 2 years ago?
It was like a biography history, I think is what it was called.
I have not seen it.
Haven't seen it?
Nope.
Did you not watch it on purpose or just because you haven't come around to it?
I haven't come around to it. I don't have Netflix. I don't have Hulu. I don't have any of that shit. I watch very little TV. I sit in my garage, listen to music, try to pick up on some newer bands that I might like, and go out and plug them.
What have you heard?
As to newer bands?
No, about the biopic.
Oh, biopic or Kiss?
The A&E thing. Sorry.
Most people said they loved it, said it was great. They think I'm crazy for not seeing it. I'm like, okay, well, was there really that much shit that I haven't seen? And I'm not a big fan of Kurt Gooch. I'll say that quietly. Kurt also lives here in Oklahoma with me. I've met him before. I know what kind of caliber person he is. I knew he had a lot to do with that, and I just didn't.
But it's not really made for you anyway, because you're going to go see Kiss anyway.
Right.
Right? And you're right. There wasn't anything in there we didn't already know.
That's what I thought. So, yeah, it's really nothing I haven't seen.
It's just like the soundboard that just got released. Okay, it's fine. It's not anything we haven't heard.
Right.
It's the same shit.
And people are high on the latest soundboard that just came out, too. They said that one was great. So.
Yeah, it was. It's good. That's fine. Right? But it's not anything we haven't heard. I guess that's what I'm saying. But that's us. It isn't, it's made for us to be, bought to be collector's items or whatever. But those biography things, those are more about staying relevant in pop culture so people know who you are. They're not looking to only have the million fans they got around the world watch that thing. They want other people to come across it.
Yeah, it was good, though. I enjoyed it very much. I thought some of the most amazing parts was Paul and Gene sitting on a couch together and reminiscing and saying, I mean, I got to admit, they talked about things to each other that I had never heard them talk about, and I thought that was pretty cool.
That goes along with all their books, which we discussed with Lydia on the Let It Rip with Ron podcast.
But ding.
Who's telling the truth, and who doesn't remember the history the right way? Because you've just got them two. Instead of, say if Bill Aucoin was still around, you got him, and you had Big John in there telling his version of it. You get 4 or 5 different stories, different, rather than just Paul and Gene's polished version, if you will, in my opinion.
Right. Yeah, my guess is all of it's partially true, right? You had a bunch of us go to this Creatures Fest thing, and we all had different things to say about the Vinny experience. Right? And it's like, which one's true? Well, technically, I guess they're all true. It's just we don't all agree with what we saw.
Right.
Yeah, I hated it. Joey thought it was the greatest thing, not because of the playing, but because we saw something that only the people there will be able to say we saw. And he's like, it was an experience, if everybody would have walked on stage, if Vinny would have walked on stage and played beginning to end and there was nothing wrong, he goes, we wouldn't be talking about it today. He goes, but that spectacle that we saw, they're going to talk about that for a very long time because it was so, I don't want to use the word shocking. It was just, crazy. It was nuts. Yeah, it was nuts, So this is one of those things where people are going to be talking about it, until we either get it or we don't. I personally, as we're heading out of this show today, I want to say that I believe that if Disney were to call up Paul Stanley and Gene Simmons today and say, we want to buy Kiss, you give us a date that you're finished, we want to buy it, and this is what we're going to do with it, and you're going to live forever as the Star Child and the Demon, and I think they'd go, how much? And if the number is right, I think they're going to go, I'm out, and he's going to spend the rest of his years cooking pizza, shooting shotguns with his son, cooking pizza, picking vegetables in the backyard, traveling, hanging out with his very beautiful wife, Erin. And I think that, Gene will do other things. He's a workaholic, but I think Paul Stanley would go, I'm so tired of dyeing my chest hair black.
Because I get this whole, it's nice to be around until 2024 so you could say your 50th anniversary, blah, blah, blah. But unless that 50th anniversary thing is going to make you money, what are you doing it for? A cookie? Like, why are you doing this to yourself?
Right.
Like, are you the only one that cares? 49's not good enough. It has to be 50. Because unless there's some sort of major farewell to the farewell tour on the top of it of some sort, then it's just, okay, I guess you could check that box.
Well, you want to discuss the final show? If we can even go there, will it be in New York? Will it be in LA? Will it be in, I know Gene said he wants to play in the UK, which whatever, but are they going to bring Peter back? I don't think Peter can last the whole set. I don't think Ace can last the whole set, but.
No, I mean, just like I'm sure every other show we've talked about that. I don't think that if anything, there's a final show. Peter comes out for one song, sings a song, maybe Beth. Ace comes out and does something, and if not, it's at the very end, and they all come out and do Rock and Roll All Night. I believe that Bruce would come out on stage and do Rock and Roll All Night, but other than that, no,
and if you do it anywhere besides New York, just do New York, do a pay preview, and it's done. Like, what are you going to do? Donington? Why would you do it in Donington? Like, that doesn't make any sense. Right? And I get it. We have fans everywhere, but you can't do the final show everywhere. Like, it just can't happen that way. And they're an American band. They got to do it on U.S. soil.
Yeah. There's a good question. This will be the last question of the night. Here it is. Heavy Mayo wants to know, am I paying KISS prices to go see KISS 2.0? And that's a hard no.
Hell no. You are not paying KISS prices.
Sonny, what would you pay? What's the top dollar you would pay to go see a KISS 2.0? Let's say, I'm going to pitch it to you, okay? Let's say it's the Alive 2 stage with KISS 2.0 in Alive 2 costumes, doing the Alive 2 record with the fourth side thrown in the middle.
Oh.
What do you pay for that? $50?
I'd pay $50.
$50, Mike?
I'd pay $50 to see Cold Gin right now. So yeah, right. I'd pay $50.
Yeah, like I said, when I saw Cold Gin, I was like, these guys are better than KISS. I mean, and that day and time they were, but who's to say these 2.0s could really come out and surprise people? I mean, hell, they could be out there jumping around on trampolines and all kinds of stuff, and so much more pyrotechnics going on. I might do 100 and a quarter.
Wow. I mean, that would be, I know Paul and Gene both watch the show, so that's music to their ears.
Hi, guys.
I'm just saying, somebody from their camp watches the show. I'm telling you that right now.
Oh, yeah.
They
watch us all, we know.
They all want to know what's happening with Sonny Pooney's mouth.
Oh, yeah, there we go. Yeah, I'm the guy that gets in trouble.
Okay, this was a lot of fun. Thank you for the topic, Mike. Listen, David, I see that you sent us a topic. Send it to podcastrockcity1, that's the number 1, at gmail.com. Podcastrockcity1, the number 1, at gmail.com. Let's check it out. If you guys out there are listening or watching and you have an idea, send us the idea.
It worked for me, guys, and I appreciate both of y'all having me on. Seriously, man, it's been a blast.
Absolutely. Oh my God, look at this. Here's a good question. Will there be a Podcast Rock City 2.0? There's been a 2.0, 3.0, 4.0, and a 5.0. I'll tell you what, that is an absolute true statement. And the truth is people still come around. Before you guys go, hit the like button, please. And if you have not subscribed on YouTube, do that now. Sonny, do you have anything to add?
No, thanks for listening. We got some great topics from the listeners, so we just got to kind of comb through them and see what stuff we can put together.
Absolutely. Mike, tell everybody what's up. What's the new topic for you guys? You got Lydia, Chris, and who else right now?
Christopher Lent, CK Lent.
Okay, and then when does the shows come out? When do your shows come out?
Both of those have been dropped. It's a 2-part podcast. They're both on Spotify. Anywhere you listen to your podcast, you can find it. Let It Rip with Ron and Mike.
Yes, right. And Mike Moon. And here's one more question: when you guys release a new show every week?
It's usually monthly.
Monthly. Okay. So you get when you say monthly, is it one show a month, or you do a few shows and then release them?
Usually one or two a month is about what we're doing right now. So it's picking up.
No, that's awesome. Go to Apple or Google and subscribe, and then you'll know whenever they drop a show, and that'll be awesome. I really appreciate you being here, buddy.
Hey, man, I appreciate meeting you two. It was awesome.
Yeah, we do the best we can.
You're all right.
It's all sunny. It's all sunny.
Yeah, it's all me.
Everybody knows it. You know what I'm going to say? We love. I just want to say thank you again to Scott Donaldson for sending me a T-shirt from Australia. I really do appreciate it. Your stuff is in the mail, but knowing the post, you'll get it in 2 weeks. I mean, it's going to Australia, so to be fair, it's probably got to go through like 10 different types of customs.
It'll be a Christmas present for him.
Yeah, maybe. Hey, that's okay. I'm sure. As long as he celebrates Christmas. I don't know. Everybody does it. Whatever. But you know what I'm going to say? We love Kiss, and we love Kiss podcasts. Most of them anyway. And you're going to hear the commercials for all the ones that we love right after this. In 3, 2, 1. Peace.